guys, do you want to go for weaponry or utility on the Vitality side of the server? Zonic, they lose a round, he takes the timeout, so wanting to make an adjustment on the attack. Just so 1-1-1. How many of those kills were grouped up or tradable at all? It didn't feel like any. And the fact that NiKo is just able to walk through and isolate a couple of them draws it back into another round that Vitality really should never have been looking at losing. Apex had to get up their goat in that train game after they had two back-to-back 5v3 losses. There's the wrist breaker from ZywOo. Full clear, flick the wrist straight down as he catches him at the bottom of the scope. Kixin. A smile on his face, but I think venom in his mouth. Vitality will cobble this together with Thanos's in lieu of M4. No issue for Falcon. Now they got a lot of space over towards mid.
Yeah, starting the edge short this time. Mid focus from m0NESY and Kixin. Double nade don't find too much. Nothing at all.
Teslas in through the underpass. They want to go for a window boost. Go for that late activation again. Have to get past ZywOo though, as the window smoke does land.
Apex investigating, goes for a crazy little spam there. It does give some info.
He's in the window.
That reload bought time, and Flames going aggressive as well.
Magisk is very passive on this. Fights on multiple fronts about to go down.
Simultaneous duels. Magisk. This is not an angle that you'd expect to be clearing. Perfectly positioned as Flames does win his. Apex pulled away, NiKo gets back. Now perhaps into the back of m0NESY. Flames knife out, trying to pivot to lend a hand to Robson. Tarsted sandwich.
They're not clearing there.
On the FAMAS, a third field compulsory. He's being cleared, Teslas wins out. 1v2. Grenade. Looking good. Oh, dunks on Teslas. NiKo, what have you got? Nothing in the hands of the FAMAS. m0NESY closes out. Robs and m0NESY pull a second for consecutive fashion for Vitality. Steps a foot out of line and Kixin spanks it.
CT side having a tough time keeping it together right now. Falcons with a two-man advantage. The best buy, but they've got these openings and now they can just group up. Enough utility to go for an A finish. Flamesy's actually gambling away. This might be one of those classic save scenarios. You roll the dice, you go A or B and hope that they come into the den. Well, right now, we can see Falcons maneuvering onto the other side of the map. As soon as that bomb goes down, there is absolutely no way in the world Vitality are going to contest for this. What more can Kixin do? He's going to search, he's going to play for info. And there's some. Two players now noted, Apex, and they should just be able to run into this site. You see them now starting to accelerate. Have a good idea that it should be open. Flamesy flirting over, Apex pushing, Rob's low. I just feel it has to be the save.
So do they. Falcon 6. m0NESY definitely
actually just secured what's in the Viking stage alive. Good flexibility. That's that seed match. Rounds on their T side. That and maybe towards the other side. Big timeout call now. Extaz, you saw the shaking of the head there, just not happy with how things are unfolding. Hitting 11-2. 8 for Nico, that's the duo. Signature map just unleashing fury right now. If you're Vitality, you know that you managed 5 rounds last on the CT side, still able to push the game back into overtime and get the job done. Equal even. For the tell. Back in the Apex days, he always had these really nice pace change calls. Nico's going to sell it to look like a default in middle, and I think they're setting up for what should be a B pop. Kicks in to lead the pack on the MAC-10.
Nico will search out in middle. And puff up his chest, act bigger than he is.
Rops is hitting the bench. They're actually playing for this.
Yeah, interesting. Mezzi's acting solo. Kicks and tagged up.
Are they calling it off, or are they just setting up the execute? That's the question.
Additional util out of them, but CTs have thrown that quick underhand.
Okay, well, they will completely cancel plan. Nico just has so much room, and he's not being harassed. He's been connector/under window this entire time. And there's a little bit. Sentry will land at his toes. The reroute, now they're out top middle. They're using the space that Nico got.
Valuable asset with 60 seconds left. Simon does have this HE. Flash combo, swinging with it. Ready is Magisk. Receives him well. A short aggress, looking good. Destruction. Flames with 2. There's Rops, there's Mezzi. Falcons, flounder, shut down. What an aggressive CT side. They just elect to bring the fight to them. ZywOo kicks up a fuss, breaks open the smoke, all eyes on window, and then Short gets flashed out.
Been a tough batch of rounds for Vitality. 2 previous they won, but only 1 surviving. That's what put them in hot water. As soon as they lost, they're able to bounce back and go for that save. So make good on that ball. No good at the extremities.
Boosted up, Apex was unawares, but didn't find the head in time. Back, how's he done that? Tessus was down by 6 cents. Apex take people.
Well, Magisk back over towards A. It looks like they'll likely see them push their way up through connector, but look at the ball of death for the CTs that surrounds vent, window, and connector. They're going to clamp down on this together.
They're going to do it again. Signature Vitality re-aggress. How's it working out this time? Odyssey backs himself, but what good for him? Yes, flames down. Odyssey, ZywOo's too quick. Puts it onto Magisk, late up round. Bomb locked in enemy territory. They heard him. They know exactly where he's coming from. He's Smokes misbehaving. Using it as best he can, trying to isolate. ZywOo takes it. Gap is closing rapidly.
That one means an awful lot there for Vitality.
They have won 4 of the last 5 rounds of play.
And that one breaks the money. Falcons will not be able to go for that time with the hotspot side with the Echoes, the Galils, the Pistons, so they're going to take a bit of an eco and then look for 7-5 before they go into the halftime break. That's where you see Vitality letting out the raw, keeping their eye on that prize. Record this year. Win here in best of 5 would extend their series record to 3 times in opening counter up to 21, cementing that, chasing down Liquid at number 2. Stop talking about it, that is what they're here for. If they get it done and they still go to Dallas, there's Cologne around the corner. If they win the major, they could be the top of the pops and looking for a second in the calendar year. That would be insane.
go. No one can touch that.
Forget about the next time. That's a fairy tale. That's something that if you were there, you could tell the legend did not. Liquid were able to achieve 23.
23, okay.
Now we're sitting on 20. By Tower.
Yeah, okay, it's the same base setup. Rob on that bend position. He takes first contact, leaping in. Shouldn't be any problems here, and not at all. No sweat even on the brow.
Falcon's not taking anything for granted in this, trying to get the most out of every single round, betting out that util, making sure the revive is in there, even though we're so round before we head into the halftime break. Or dawns on one of these two teams. Will we be tying things up 6-6? I think to be able to push us to the fifth and deciding match of the season. Again, Nico Tessas. A lot of default. One variation of the rules they're looking for this time.
Apex takes it to the con. Solid HE to SS. Underpass, Nico. Staying active. Aware of the potential as well, that vulnerability. Tries to minimize it by repositioning.
Gonna be hit, and then Nico plays for the rotations. Kicks is gonna come up catwalk.
It's a good angle for Mezzi, but he has to have his eyes poised. Tiny pixel gap, and he does start to engage. Bit of damage. Nico now spotted as well, under scrutiny as they start to accelerate into this B-bomb site. Mezzi, 10 bullets left, does dispatch. Oh, no! Great efficiency into the second. Flash to the face of Magisk, and this round crumbles down. If that is a hard vitality can be louder. They were down, but they are down 6-6 now. It could well be there to the end of the after last map in Melbourne. Is this where it ends? Or have Falcons got an opportunity to take us to 5? Vitality have been in hot pursuit of this. Falcons have done what no team has been able to do versus Vitality, take a map. And now the bar set even higher, they must take 2. T-side for Vitality, Apex has called the shots. Pressure at an all-time high for Vitality, so close to achieving greatness.
Strong setup on A for this defense. Util in the air, here they come.
Yeah, they got Nico, they got Modesty, no they don't! Mezzi takes him straight out of the round. Up to Nico, up to Magis, but they aren't rushing. Here we go, second layer, here comes the flashes, already a headshot found. Mezzi, robotic! And Zywu just puts the cherry on top. That one on
Pistol
CT.
to that tally. Mezzi, that was sharp as hell. We've been talking about the depth of this roster. Mezzi, the supportive element, he has been putting his aim on show. A star player in other teams. But right now he is surrounded by greatness and he is pulling them. It's a massive pistol victory to give Vitality the lead, and it's going to have to just be the force from Falcons. This is where the game can get away from them. This is where the reality can start to sink in.
Instant onto Mamasi.
Yeah, just flush them forward.
Smoke, Zywu scrap of HP. Extends the clock, now favors him. It's planted for short side. He doesn't elect to go all the way. An off angle for Tessus on his clears. Silent approach. Zywu rounds the corner. Tessus will put this together. He'll work it out. Doesn't have a kit. Doesn't have a clue. Doesn't have a chance. Zywu looking through walls. He's done it! kitchen sink throw in on CT.
Apex is low. If he can win a clean duel against ZywOo, there's a real chance that NiKo could still win this, or is he going to consider the safe? Well, he's hanging around for this moment. 12 bullets backing off towards B. That's going to be the wrong call. The bomb gets punched in on A. Now
this is what happens when you combine Counter-Strike's most precise weapon and its flashiest.
Where was ZywOo?
I have no idea.
Where was ZywOo?
I actually don't know. The first one, stunning.
Smoke hasn't plumed yet. Flamesy jumping forward.
What? That is bananas!
Okay, well. Said it was do or die. Right now they put themselves in a strong position. Win this, break the money, tie things up. Vitality shove. They force play. They go all in.
They're heading towards m0NESY again, and he's on it here. Could start off with an easy one. Jiggle not going to connect. HG could do that damage. He feels the presence. He feels the pressure. Pacey now, waiting for the smokes, trying to edge through, trying to find an angle. He's got something to work with. And again, ZywOo meets his fate at the hands of the Orb. Quick flash, Magisk activates, light on ammo. He's jiggling and wiggling. Apex just the one, but this is surely a Falcons round. The job is done. The bomb picked up. The consolation prize, a plant. Triple swing, held by Rob.
Oh!
Held by Robs! Down and over! It's just m0NESY. Hits that shot, puts it onto Apex. Playing the fade, looking for TeSeS, isolating these duels. Can he get away? Turns tail. It's m0NESY versus Apex. All to play for. This could determine the outcome of Morocco.
20 and 9 now for m0NESY. The new addition, the superstar, reunited and lined it up.
Lightning fast.
Got ZywOo in his back pocket the last 2 rounds. Rob's almost made that one magic. But m0NESY, he holds his nerve, and the way he started this series, he wasn't plugged in. But right now, he is dialed in. Nico's career's been a roller coaster, and he's on another one right now. Just trying to keep himself in it. Crowd on their feet. Light investment for Vitality. Essentially the eco, just some upgraded pistols. Next round will be the buy. Falcons have given themselves the best opportunity to tie things up 9-9. Keep this a competitive affair. All five sprawling over middle. This will just be hit by TeSeS. Still in a tough spot financially speaking. They need this one to really liberate another buy going forward. At least one with all the trimmings. Everyone wants to keep on fighting. Here, but looking for just the presence over direct call. Now the smoke lands. One down the guard.
Unawares. A rarity. Oh, he chases him down. Plus is stuck around. Okay. Oh, and Nico stands his ground valiantly. Gets his icon. 4 on 4.
He's open.
Wide open. Mezzi's confirming it as we speak as those flashes pop. Nico down. Perfect from Mezzi. Good response through the smoke. Magisk brings him down. ZywOo very low on Con. Kept to play by the flames. Magisk.
He could be deep in jungle.
That's his last time out. Wait, yeah, he's going to be completely like hands off unless Sonic pulls the lever. This is the last chance the Vitality coach gets a chance to chip in. 4 consecutive from Falcons, just when it started looking like this was Vitality's mirage to take. Tournament, Grand Slam. Falcons with 4 consecutive to change the dialogue.
That means max loss bonus is in play. Now better get a couple of investments behind the safe. Some pistols, some util. It's going to continue to be a lot of pack rolling, a lot of 3-2 or 3-1-1 to come out from Vitality. So just looking for these direct finishes as Rops, the Grenadier, throws out the nades again. Oh, window smoke has missed.
Ooh. A little bit of info. They get that info safely. I mean, that can cost them anyone's life. You get at least confirmation that you missed the window smoke.
You can't scale anymore. Mid's no longer a threat. So at this point, you are going to be a whole lot more worried about the extremities. A and B are on high alert. Nico actually rotating over towards the B defense. Obviously, he can float, play towards Ticket. He can worry about connector from there. Magisk can deal with ramp and powers intermittently. And if anything, reading this situation is Kixen. Feels like they have 3 players over towards B to deal with this finish. On the clock, there's still room for Vitality to change their mind, but at the moment, it feels like they have their sights set on this.
Yeah, NiKo, a prominent voice on CT setups as well.
If they get caught out of position transitioning short, then it will just be on Kixen. It's only utility, he's just jump spotting, here they come.
Okay, Kixen. Anti-flash, supported by TeSeS. What a shot from Mezzi. Plucked out of the sky, another one required, but the flank's good too. Look at him go, look at him go! Kixen and NiKo get the job done, and they extend their advantage. It's all they need.
These are the give-ins, these are the money shots. These are the rounds they get away with, and against lots of teams without so much pressure. Guys in the server, Falcons, they're losing an awful lot. I think about NiKo, Monaco, Magnus, wow, okay. Bit of a trophy cabinet. TeSeS. Different schools of Counter-Strike. They've had their moments in the spotlight too.
Big round, Chad. Apex on his warpath, gets across the tap. Oh! Destroyed.
He did this on train as well. There was a round that he just put in the palm of his hand, he took it. He got them in the entry, even got them the follow through. Can he do it again?
NiKo's up to no good as well.
He has a head-to-head right now.
NiKo versus Mezzi. Oh, revealed the angle. It's so favorable for Mezzi. Spots his backpack.
Smoke plumes, just getting caught time and time again, and that's just going to have to secure the save. Falcons, even though you've got extra cash to work with, you can't be going for this one. This is a 5v2. Sure, you want some 3v5s over there on train. That was T-side. That's when you got the opportunity to set the tone. That has worked out nicely, isolating kills all across the map. NiKo's one comes for free. Blindsided by Mezzi, not so far down the stairs. And I mentioned it a couple of times that Mezzi is having a great map. 21 kills in total right now, and a lot of them have been extremely impactful. Is Rob's going to take it all? That's the next question on the tip of the tongue.
Looks like he's got a good spot for it. They jump on as they mount up, trying to save their guns.
It's below you.
He's overlooked him. Monacy's orb now noted. And the hunt is on. To bring the fight, ZywOo. Just see with Monacy, Flames could maybe jump up, bait their shot, pull it off. Down he goes, saves it all. Mezzi with a huge impact of Vitality there. This is a man that moves forward with great things. Sonic. Real pressure and calls one X has allowed and has 30 seconds.
With the luxury right there for the French coach. Sure, it's just a one-round down. They have to get through what will be another buy available over the Falcons. The money is there. Once his AWP is not missing. At the very least, they put the stop to the streak. This is the convergence right now. This half. The bookend is the 5 of the day. The Falcons were able to post, but can they bounce straight back? 12. Overtime at a bare minimum. Nuke. Map number 5 if we need to get there. And damn, this one's going to be down to the wire.
There's so much admiration for the fact that Falcons are already this competitive against a much more established team. But to take them to 5 maps, that would be such an achievement in itself. Close now. Big round.
They refine the utility damage Vitality we're looking for there. The nades through to either punish the window player to mid molly. HE damage. This is all on that B side, and they're coming up cat.
Will Morrissey once again fill the feed. Zonic just called that timeout. Will the setup adjustments work out? It does for the opening. And Morrissey still ready to rack up more. Nico even going to be ready to activate. Swings on it. 1.5. Softened up. Kixon overlooked. Mezzi wasn't ready for another. 2v4. On the floor now, Robs. 12 is theirs. It's just Zywoo with 15 seconds. Trying to bring his orb through.
Yeah, he's got the bomb, he's got the orb. That's the worst position right now, all the way forward. And Connector just hoping that this position. But guess what? Tessus is coming, Tessus is coming. But Zywoo hits the shot.
Puts away, brings in. And Reds. Oh, he missed it.
Just need one more round. Vitality need 2 straight to take us to overtime. We're into the orb. Now they're staring down the barrel of a map loss.
Can they do it cleanly this time, or will it require overtime once more?
Again, it's the pretty much same setup, right? Tessa's playing over towards A, Magic's playing ticket, Nico having to worry about mid on his lonesome, the orb starting over towards B. So Falcons are running. Waiting for Vitality to have a clean finish.
Apex starts to unload. Nico takes heavy licks down to 61. She's starting to be felt though by that clock. Robson Tessus in a standoff ramp. Falcons. If Nico could just catch Mezzi here. Oh, he's already given him an advantage. They've got 30 seconds to rectify. Destruction again. Tessus onto Robs. He's still alive. Touch Tetris. Falcons are doing it. We're going to have to do 5. Tenacious as ever. This grand final is not done.
It's all to play for. The ESO Grand Slam, the giant killer bonus. We'll find out on map 5.
I'm blowing up. Shadow.
Default.
Default dead.
Chill. One jungle.
Bad break.
You can.
Guys,
can
let's
plan
take
now.
each after, okay? I
You can press him through.
Yeah, pressing once, pressing twice.
I think they're both there, guys. Corn and jungle.
City. Half HP city or something.
I have that.
Searching for.
Blessing.
City lost.
Stay alive, sound. Big 3, 2, 1.
Fucking comes.
Nice boys, man. Come on, man.
Let's go, guys. Let's go 6-6.
One
Two B. Window. One window. Oh, I can kill him from there. Third window. Leave probably.
Down me one.
Short. Get the one. Get the one. Kick done. 1 minute. Get hook. Nice. That's B.
Last was
Oh,
B.
pro, last.
Down.
Nice one, boys.
Guys. Good city side, guys.
Up
They're
bench.
bench.
Dead, 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 dead.
Mark the mid.
One mid,
One
guys.
mid.
Kill
Low
him,
HP.
mid.
Low HP.
Con.
In con.
Low HP down.
One abs, one con, and one planted.
Dead one.
I'm searching con.
Abs and con. Abs and con.
Low in con.
I smoke abs.
Low con.
Dead.
Abs fast.
Yeah, low
I'm
HP,
trying
low
to
HP.
smoke, boys.
He's low HP, go defuse, guys.
Carry close B.
They're coming B.
Up B. One up B.
4.
Nice. Rotating.
2 more.
Nice! Emil, not from right side, not from right, no.
This is my fucking bomb site, you fucking
Not
dogs.
from right.
We don't get to see it here, but before this, they cleared the A-apps. This allows m0NESY to be the third player of B. This allows him to come and rotate in. He finds the kill, Kixan as well. They're going to be able to hold the bomb site, and it's that proactive play, something that we did see on Dust 2 towards the end, that really kickstarts this comeback from the Falcons.
And when we look at this round, I mean, part of it is the rotations that you just said, but those shots from m0NESY were just so damn lightning fast. And just to kind of paint the context for the people that didn't see it on the screen, Magisk was pushed in Palace, and if there's no Palace player on an A hit, then maybe there's a guy ramp, but usually it's not like going to be a main hit through kind of like main Palace. It's going to be something heavy through the middle. So Nico's forward spot, they play that retake on A, and they're fine with that B. Even if it's not B, they play the retake, they have that high presence anyway. they are playing the best at the moment that they individually can. And when you get situations like this, you're going to be put into moments where you don't really get to, like, if you look at another game and you try to compare it to this, it's not going to make sense. It's going to be like you're speaking a different language entirely.
Yeah, it is truly unlocking new levels, new layers to this onion that is definitely blooming. That's not an Outback joke either, just because. Anyway, what I want to say is we are going to hear from the side of Zonic over there with the Falcons. I wonder what they've got going on in the camp going into map 5.
Had the chance to catch up with Zonic after what was a banging map of Mirage. Of course, posed the question, it was equalized at the beginning of the second half. It looked like Vitality were going to be able to get away with it. I asked the question, what's the biggest reason for that comeback? He said it's very hard to quantify right now. It was a very emotional game for them. We obviously saw on all the player cams reactions when they managed to seal this one and push it to a 5th. Speaking of that 5th and final decider, it's obviously going to be Nuke. And I said to him, you know, both teams got very strong records on this very map. Where does he see this one going? He said, you know, from looking at history, Vitality obviously heavily favored in this one in terms of their record. But he obviously has such a strong belief in the team right now. We can see them having a fighting talk outside. And yeah, this one is going to be an absolute banger, truly giving the Aussie crowd what they want.
Yeah, grabbing onto some of that intel that we're getting from Zonic's side. Yanko, how do you prepare that going into a final map with this squad as is?
I mean, a lot of it is about energy and just focus, right? Individually, just being concentrated on the little plays, the little moves. We know Falcons on their CT side, they like to get aggressive. Tested sometimes towards Ram, sometimes even Magus coordinated with him, walking through smokes indoor and these sorts of things. And it's going to require everyone across the board to be ready for that, right? Like, also to have the energy, if you do lose a silly round, you know, to not get down too much on yourself, to be able to bounce back, because both of these teams, I mean, we've seen some incredible things so far in this final.
And that's why it's kind of like a marathon where you're looking at that train, map 3, where Falcons has a really good chance of, you know, upsetting Vitality on that map, but you really have to look at the long haul, because now you're on map 5, you're on Nuke, and if people are kind of feeling a little bit tired, they're fatigued because they've been playing Counter-Strike for hours and hours, not just like randomly playing casually. It's like the highest level, your communication needs to be on point, your aim needs to be on point. If you are slacking in the slightest, you're gonna be put down. So being, like, going into Nuke here, you need to be on point. And if the players are fatigued and they slip up, they let like a kill go the other way and that person opens it up, that's when things get really messy.
And this is where the experience for Vitality might shine through, right? Like, they were in this situation in Lisbon just a month ago against Mouse. It went to the 5th map and they were able to overcome that and finish. But, you know, will they be able to do it one more time with more pressure on the line, with the ESL Grand Slam just one map away, you know? That's where people in Odyssey are. You know, they that side of the map. I think there is definitely upset potential.
So I think you are on something right there, and especially if I consider what everyone is on to at home, using the hashtag IEM, you can let us know what you're doing. But this is one final map here that I'd have to say arguably that there were people that didn't even see it coming this far. Perhaps I was even one of them. But then, yes, the Falcons showed up today to play. And yes, this is a world-class Vitality that everybody seems to be having trouble putting away. So where we are right now, I have to ask you guys the same question as I asked people using hashtag IEM. Who wins?
I think Vitality will push through. I think all the experience that they've had with this unit, so many best-of-5 finals as well. Nuke has been a staple. I think here they're able to run off what happened and release the Grand Slam.
I would have normally said Vitality before the series would have started. I would have said it, but seeing that they got those ways this far, it makes me wonder if there is something by Vitality and
a snack before we go into this 5th map, which, like the rest of you, will be when we return. Nuke is going to be the final decider here for the Intel Extreme Masters Melbourne. Will it be Vitality securing that ESL Grand Slam, or will Falcons net them 12s a sweet bonus?
straight down under. Vitality's era either brought into question or realized in the Rod Laver arena. A perfect match for it. Vitality and Falcons walking Flames and Messi. For another one. Hit the headshot, Odyssey does. Looking for another, they're lining up for it. Gets his two. Kicks and gets away to Messi. Now control the scene.
Deadly duo, Robs and Zywoo. Into the 2-1 in the clutch. Towards B. Rotated to the lower deck just yet. NiKo will investigate with Kixen leading the way. They're in silently and they still have this smoke to work with. They're hot on their tail.
Really concerned about that squeaky door, which does mean this is going to be a chance for NiKo. Robs' attention has been drawn elsewhere. Tucked on Dark. Free frag. Taps his head. Zywoo up against it. Can he come up clutch? Kixen's low as well. A clean click. This 1v3 swiftly becomes a battle of wits between the two of them. Magisk very late. 10-second defuse ahead of him. Surely he's got this. Oh no! Zywoo's doing it! Magisk stabilizes! All that hard work on Rap could have been all for naught, but converted by Magisk. A safe pair of hands for the Falcons.
Once teammates, now enemies. The pistol round converted. Massive work as Zonic and Magisk, former members of Vitality, the ones who brought the major glory alongside of Zywoo Apex. Looking to rewrite history today. Nobody before, whether it was teams taking on the likes of Astralis, Liquid, FaZe, or Na'Vi, have ever enacted the giant killer bonus. And those two aforementioned, Zonic and Magisk, that 100K
Chips in like that. Takes the head off of the NiKo. Ooh, that's locked so deep. He sees it as an invitation. He's forced by it. On its face, just flames and rocks. And dead. Magisk, he's looking determined. Okay, Falcons.
Look at all those barbs just coming out of left, right, and center. One through May. Magisk is there. He's the ramp defender. And Yanko brought it up on the desk. Falcons undefeated on this very map so far in Melbourne. Nobody has even gotten double digits against them. Sure, it was Saw, Gamer Legion, and Mouse, but you had to take down Mouse to get here. Put you in this grand final to give you the opportunity to lift this trophy. Oh, to get blanked.
This run has definitely put Falcons in the mouth of many when it comes to conversations about who can take down Vitality. They're demonstrating. Look at him go, Magisk. He says no. I'll just take the Julies, lads. Two throws. Getting hunted. Brute forcing this. Velocity on display for the Falcons.
time in the hotel with the door being blown off, they just run out, and I can't believe Magnus with dual Berettas just sidelines him.
He's playing like a big game player right now. You know, fifth map, best of 5, this is where he's doing his best work. Just run at them with pistols.
This man might be able to catch Dupree. Wins if Falcon keep up this type of form with the lead in. So we're going to bring him up until the major kicks off. Perfect time to pick up Monacy, and there you have it. Cherry on top, 3-0 start, spotless. Now just picks up the M4, and he could even drop an AWP. Monacy's got his own money, but why not let him spend and splurge to set you up? Because this game is going to be won or lost with the yard control. Sure, no head armor, but still stylish with the pistolas.
Didn't even get going. Guns will come out.
Not what we paid for here tonight, but Vitality being made to work for their money. Been one map away before, you're one map away still. There's 13 rounds, it'll be hard to come by. As he posts up, clear of the smoke, nobody found. Yeah, Kixon gets the trade through the smoke, so Apex kills Nico jumping up, Kixon spams through. Go 1 for 1. Story of this series. Now Bram, Tesses, he has had some magic moments.
Yes, as Tess did. Good angle for it, dinks and drops. See the helplessness on Sonic's face watching these rounds transpire.
Sees the contact, looks for the reaction. All we can hear is the comms, not even the in-game sound, as Kixon burrows the wave back. His treacherous now to Vitality.
Tess is ahead of the play. Falcons already, their rotations look tight. Monacy holding for any heaven ramp hijinks. They start to descend lower.
It's 2 down on B right now. There is support. Magis and Tessus, the Danish duo. Is it Dynamite?
He's going to trifle with Daewoo. Spotted out. Magis smoked off, and the Molly's going to seal his fate. Gets forced into the fight, tries to stand him back. Can't get anything.
team, 21 kills, 17 deaths. He was +4, 1.24 rated. Couldn't really get it going. Now it ends up going by the wayside, but entries in towards the B side will secure that first. So frustration, they're not getting the one quite quickly. We can keep a competitive affair as we look to go back and forth between these two Titans clashing. That is huge. Texas doesn't want a bar of that, and yeah.
doing a Nico impression.
Instantaneous from Messi. That is quite the shot. Save the piece on the throughout this series. There's been criticism around his name, but right now he is showing up in buckets and spades. This man is delivering huge impact right now.
Such a high pressure round, and he doesn't look phased at all. He gets his too. And then obviously he finishes off the job. That last one was naughty. Quick on the repeat, knows he's bolted it.
It's weird to say that the CT side is working with momentum right now, but they seem to be reading the play very astutely. Vitality will hedge back in with a partial investment. The loss bonus obviously playing into their favor into the next. But this is where one of their superstars, Azaiwu, on the plane and that flight back to Europe. 13-2 for Vitality. We then move to Dust 2, an overtime affair, 16-12 for Falcons. Vitality get the job done, 13-9 on Train, and then Mirage, 13-10. There's those frustrations that I'll remind you we started to see as early as Dust 2.
Okay, we are scared to lose, so let's fight, guys. Don't give up. Okay, we can do it. Yeah, we finish 7 points. Then after that, we can do it. Okay, guys? That's good. Don't fucking give up.
Playing not to lose, X-Tab's coach of Vitality. He's identified the flaw. When there's so much available for the win, you play not to lose. Falcons the other side of that coin. Nothing to lose, everything to gain. You've got a great excuse. You've added a player. You've had no time to brag, and you're in a grand finals versus the world #1. And it's working. Yes, okay, confirmation of presence on the yard. Doesn't want to overextend because I was watching, waiting, and profits.
Well, that's not the AWP. My help informed that this is a different looking setup. This is over towards ramp right now. Nico from Red Pole looking for a fight. That's the bomb. Taps away. Can't get it done.
Oh, he's in trouble now. The swing's coming. Flamesy wants it. He's hungry for it. Take down Nico. You've got the round. The flashes connect. Flamesy will swing. Nico holds on. Desperate for that frag. And now m0NESY chips in as well. Getting right down to the hectic push. Kingston comes in for one. Doesn't finish off the job. And it's up to
They know where Nico is.
Doing everything. They know where Nico is, and he's got the bomb.
They left it at his feet.
Thank you very much. Well, Robs, wait, he knows. It's Robs alive. He pressed tab. He knows. He knows what's up. Robs will get him. ZywOo just did ZywOo things to pull that round across the line.
Flamesy can't hit a shot to save his life right now. He's having a real tough time.
He's in his head.
He's a young gun. As that's going to force the timeout right now from Falcons. They need to be able to piece this one together, Vitality, because the game's gotten away from them. It's a 5-round gap. This is ZywOo with the opener. He delivers them this. It was against a rifle. It wasn't against the AWP. Easier of the duels. m0NESY and Nico are able to form a bit of a sandwich right there in all the chaos, and that's Flamesy not finishing his meal. You talk about everything to gain here for Falcons. They can stop this win streak. 20 consecutive series will stop